Hey everybody, this is Dark Side Elite here, and I'm catching up on one big news that actually presented itself to a lot of people. I'm gonna put this on a webcam so you guys can see me. All right, sorry about that. Okay, um, what I heard is that there was a interview by some individuals interviewing Henry Cavill for The Witcher, and they talked to him about the Snyder Cut and the future of Superman. Now, I watched Dave Pena's or the Film Junkie, and I'll link his video down below. And there are some points I agree with him on, and there's some points I do not agree with him on. And again, this is my personal opinion. This is not me having an insight into what's going on in the movie business. This is my interpretation, especially with everything that we know of up to this point. Now, Henry Cavill for years has been a firm in the middle person. He's not gonna rile up any people, and he doesn't want to get people to not like him. He's being that firm middle, just like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, because they both have the same manager. They both come from the same talent agency, so that's why they know each other. That's fact. That you can't say that that's not fact. It is fact. They both know each other. Um, Now we know that Henry did not like BvS very much because he felt that they should have did a Man of Steel 2. Um, but he hasn't disrespected Zack Snyder for what he was doing. He was just saying that he wasn't really on board with BvS. He thought that was more of a Batman movie than anything else. And he wanted appropriate Man of Steel 2 to take place right after the whole situation with what happened with Zod, and we get back to the core of his character and start building him slowly up. I agree with him on that. I do. I mean, I love BvS. BvS is quite possibly my favorite comic book movie of all time. The Ultimate Edition is. Then a second right after that is The Dark Knight, because Heath Ledger is awesome as the Joker. He was awesome as the Joker. Um, but what I agree with Dave Pena is that he's right about Henry. He's not trying to teeter any boats. He wants this movie. He wants this movie, and he's playing the game. What I disagree with him in, and if you watch the video down that I said I'll link down below, he says that um, Momoa and Gal Gadot, they got their movies. They're locked in their movies. Henry's not, so he has to play that game. Well, look at the attitude that Jason Momoa has over Gal Gadot. Jason Momoa is Jason Momoa. He's gonna be the same person he's always gonna be. Now, if he was trying to play that line, then he wouldn't be very vocal about the Snyder Cut. He would be shutting up. But no, he's not. He's being very vocal. He's talking about, hey, don't give up. Do this, do this, do this. He's trying to incite the fans to want to fight for this cut. So I disagree with him on that in a way. I disagree with him on Jason Momoa. But Gal, her career is starting to bloom. So she's gonna play that line. And also, we all do know that Patty is gonna get her movie. She got screwed by Wonder Woman because we know that Jeff Johns came in and rewrote the third act. He rewrote the whole complete third act. That's why it was so off. It was off than the rest of the movie. It made absolutely no sense. I personally believe that you got Ares, the god of war, the god of conflict, and he's fighting against Wonder Woman. But why is he throwing things at her like he's Magneto? That makes absolutely no sense to who he is. He doesn't throw things. He's not throwing thunder and lightning like Zeus. He doesn't throw water power at her like Poseidon. He's the god of conflict, the god of war. He's gonna fight her, physically fight her. So I didn't understand why Jeff Johns even went that route. It made no sense. I rarely have ever seen, and the word is rarely ever seen, Ares start throwing things at her like machinery or just creating energy waves. And I mean, this isn't DBZ. It should have been simplistic. It should have been very, very simplistic. And the movie was done very simplistically. And it kept with the narrative of what was going on with Wonder Woman and Ares. They're gonna fight. So I believe that after that whole situation, and then the whole disruption with Justice League and everybody leaving, and Patty's still getting her movie, I think she went to Walter Hamada, and Walter Hamada gave her the complete creative control. Like he gave her enough to say, "Hey, do the movie you want to do. You're not going to get anything from us. No more flack. Just do your movie." And that's what she's getting. She's getting her movie, and we should applaud that. We should applaud that she's getting her movie because she got screwed. Now, if we're hearing that somebody tinkered with the third act and the third act was a little bit jarring to a lot of people, then imagine what Patty Jenkins did, because the movie was solid all the way through. The movie was completely solid, but the third act was so off centered. The battle and the talking and some of the things made no sense, that we're like, what the heck is going on here? And that's where I feel that was money left on the table, because if Patty was able to come in with the writing she had, the original concept they had in the third act, I think it would have probably been a lot better. The only thing that I agree with Jeff Johns on, that he stood firm on, was the Black Manta in Aquaman. They didn't want him in the movie at all. They did not want him in the movie, but he fought firm to keep Black Manta in there. And me personally, I love Black Manta. I felt that was the perfect way to bring in Black Manta and then get rid of him. He was in there just enough to give you an understanding that this guy is going to be dangerous later on. He can go almost toe to toe with Arthur, and he just created his kit. He just created his tech. So it's once he gets more understanding and he gets better on his how he's going to come at Arthur, I think he's going to be a way more dangerous adversary for Arthur to deal with, and it's going to make the battles a lot better. So I think it was a really good idea to keep Black Manta in there, and it made the movie more solid, because now Arthur created quite possibly his most dangerous adversary, and all he had to do was save his father. That's all he had to do. He could have just saved his father, and then once he saved his dad, he says, "Now I'll leave you to your fates. Let the oceans decide. If you can get out of here, great. If you don't, then hey, that's not my fault. I saved your dad. Both of you are capable guys to get out of here." And he leaves, and that'd have been it. You probably would have. He never would have came after him as the Black Manta. He probably would have been after him as David Kane or whatever the heck he wanted to become, and I've been perfectly fine too. So that's why I feel that Jason Momoa and also Jason Momoa is the $1 billion boy. For the DCU, he is the $1 billion boy. Now you have Jason Momoa and Joaquin Phoenix as the $1 billion franchises. Now, Gal can become the $1 billion baby only if Wonder Woman 84 is going to be phenomenal. Now, I'm not saying that it isn't, and I'm not saying that it is. What I'm saying is that we're given a lot of behind the scenes, and we don't know very much about the story. We're getting a lot of journalists and bloggers who are coming out saying that this could be a reboot, this could be this could be this. Don't listen to them. Truly, don't listen to them, because they're just trying to make money to get you to make their clicks. Me personally, I'm saying just wait until the movie comes out, because whatever they say, it might happen and it might not happen. But if you put all what they're saying into your head, whatever you see on the screen, it's either going to depress you or it's going to make you excited. So I'd rather just come in there with a fresh slate. Don't worry about don't worry about what they're saying. Just go in there and let the director tell you what the story is. Some people can do it and some people can't, because they're getting spoiled. Then that's why you're supposed to say there's spoilers probably attached. But most people don't care. They just want to know what the heck is going on, so that they can feel like are they going to get excited for this movie, and they want to know if their money is worth the while investment. So, but back to Henry Cavill, and I think that we all need to realize something. Henry is very, very appreciative of what Zack Snyder did by giving him the opportunity. This is the second time Henry Cavill went out to become Superman, and he got the role. The first time he was trying to do it for the Bryan Singer Superman Returns, he and Joe Manganiello, but they got passed over for Brandon Routh, because Christopher Reeve himself pointed him out. He wanted him. He wanted Brandon Routh to play that role. He handpicked him himself. So that gave a lot of credence to Brandon Routh, and I am very happy that he still wears Christopher Reeve and Dana Reeves' necklace around his neck. He will never get rid of that thing. The only time he'll ever take it off is unless he's on the set and they say, "You got to take that thing off. I'm sorry." He always wears it. The moment he's done with the role, he immediately puts that necklace on. everybody in DC knows that that necklace is given to him by Christopher Reeve and Dana Reeve. They all know it. So he was handpicked by Christopher Reeve himself. So I think that's the one thing in his career he can literally say that it is the greatest achievement in his career. This kid he was only, I think he was a Calvin Klein model. He was a Calvin Klein model posing in underwear, and then he got handpicked by Christopher Reeve himself to become Superman. Nah. So I think that Brandon Routh can really owe Christopher Reeve his career, because despite the roles he's taken and the type of avenues he's done with his career, the man was handpicked to become Superman. He was handpicked by Christopher Reeve, and Christopher Reeve and Dana Reeve believed in him that he will emanate what Christopher Reeve was when he portrayed the role, and he will give that level of credence. And that's why I want to see this Crisis on Infinite Earths, because he's playing that version of Superman, and I want to see it. I want to see what they're going to do with the bookend of his story and how they're going to do it. I wonder if they're going to do it like they did at the end of Crisis, where he's going to try to help prevent it, and he is going to get his serenade, and he's going to get what he wants and leave with Lois to go to where they're supposed to go with Alexander Luthor and Superboy Prime. Now, we don't know if they're going to introduce them. I don't think so, but I think that he's going to get his finale ending, and we're going to see him do some great miraculous things, because he's supposed to be from Kingdom Come. And also Kevin Conroy is playing the Kingdom Come Batman, which is going to be phenomenal. I cannot wait for that. I want to see that too. There's a lot of things I'm very happy with Crisis, but there's a lot of things I'm going, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this. However, let's see what they do. Now, with Henry Cavill, I think that he's playing the game. He's playing the game, and he's doing it right. He's not disrespecting about Zack Snyder. He's just saying, hey, no, I just don't know very much anything. He doesn't know about this Snyder Cut, because everyone's got to realize something. He did his filming before Snyder finished anything. He did his filming. He already finished his filming. The only time he knew that there was something else going on was when he had to come back to do the reshoots. And he says, why? I'm done. He said that. He said that in an interview. He was done with his filming. So he felt that it was really weird that he had to come back, but he said, okay, I guess I have to come back and do those reshoots. He was wondering, does he have to keep the mustache? They said, no, we're going to fix it. He told about how they had to fix it. He shaved off his 5 o'clock shadow, and they had to wax the hair upwards, and they had to put the dots on there, so they digitally made it go away. He even stated, well, I could shave it. And they said, no. So it's like, okay. So he was confused about why he was coming back in the first place. He thought that his filming was done. So from his perspective, and I think a lot of you got to understand, from his perspective, he doesn't know there is a Snyder Cut. Why would he? He goes, I don't know if there is and there isn't, but from his point of view, it wouldn't make a difference because everyone already made their decisions. That's why he said what he said. And it makes sense. People already made their decisions to believe if the Snyder Cut exists or not. So if it does come out, it won't really make a difference. It might just give the people the finale that they want, but is it going to unite everybody? Not really, because people already made their choices. Everybody already made their decisions about Zack Snyder's universe and don't like it. And he also addressed about the toxic fandom. He says they're not toxic, not in the right sense. They're more passionate fans. Now, again, he's beating that fence. He's not right. He's riding that fence very nicely. And again, I call a spade a spade. There are toxic fans out there. There are fans out there that are so against change. They don't want anything changed. They don't want nothing changed. They want everything to be the same exact, but just tell me in a different way. Well, how? Every writer, every person is going to tell you something different, and you're not going to like it. It's not going to appease everybody, but you want it to appease you. Now, again, when I went to go see Man of Steel, I was saying, okay, I gave it an opportunity, and the movie blew my mind. The movie was phenomenal. I understood Superman's backstory probably is better than anybody else. Hawk is the same way. But we knew that this was the best way of doing Superman. You cannot keep doing Chris Reeve's Superman every single day of the week. It's like eating cheeseburgers every single day. It gets boring. If you think you can do that, great. Go ahead. At the end of the day, you're gonna die. Having different things is what makes life more exciting. It's what makes going to the movies the best thing. When you're not seeing the same thing. But what everybody wants is they want that classic Chris Reeve Superman versus a different villain, and that makes it different. No, it doesn't. Having a different interpretation of Superman, but keeping the same level of core values, you're going to get the same Superman, but you're getting from a different point of view. And that's where I think that he's trying to address to the fans. There's nothing wrong with what happened in Man of Steel. There's nothing wrong with that version of Superman. It's just him trying to find his place. Now, the way he wants to do Man of Steel 2 is he wants to pick up right after the death of Zod and start moving slowly forward. So, again, what I'm trying to illustrate to the fans, and I'm illustrating to you as the audience here, is that Henry Cavill is trying to play that fence because he's trying to get that movie done. And I think that he really wants to get Christopher McQuarrie a part of it. He wants to get the right director. It's not like he doesn't want Zach. If Zach wants to come back and do it with Henry would be appreciative of it. But the thing is, he probably wants to do this level of story. But here's the thing. Zach already had a plan about how he wanted to do the movie. Henry wasn't really privy to all of it. He really wasn't. He wasn't in there in the storyboard time. Ben was. Ben knew exactly what he was doing because Ben was helping Zach with a lot of the writing. He was there with Chris Terrio. They were in there during BvS. Zach showed him all the blueprints of what he wanted to do. That's what really got Ben Affleck on board. Ben knew what the end game was. It was to get Batman killed. Batman was going to sacrifice himself for Clark, for his child. I'm sorry, no, for Lois. He was going to die. And he was perfectly okay with that. So I don't understand how people don't get it. And I understand there's people out there who don't like what Zack Snyder did. You're fine to like that. You're fine to say that. But the thing I said back in my rant about Superman is irrelevant. Say what you want. Tell the world you want Christopher Reeve's Superman. Once you do that, I have more respect for you. I'll have way more respect for you. I won't agree with you, but I will respect you. By you hiding behind, I kind of want this, and then I want that. No, just tell me. What do you want? Do you want Chris Reeve Superman? Yes, you do. You want Chris Reeve Superman. You don't want a director to come in and tell a variation of Superman that blows your expectations. Do that. Tell me what you want. What I want Chris Reeve I don't want Chris Reeve Superman. Sorry, I don't want that Chris Reeve. I don't want Chris Reeve Superman. What I want is Henry Cavill Superman. I want a Superman that's more human. I don't want a Superman that smiles just because he just wants to smile. What does that mean? I want to feel his emotions. When he went to go in that diner in Superman 2, when he went to that diner, lost his powers. When he lost his powers and he got beaten up by that bully, I felt for him. I was like, dude, that sucks. The guy beat him up. And then he realized, holy crap, I lost my powers. He's so used to having his powers, he doesn't know what pain feels like. He doesn't. He doesn't understand pain. He doesn't understand blood. He doesn't understand that he can get hurt easily as a human. So my thing to everybody is, I rather for you to understand that you want a human Superman. You want a humbled Superman. But you don't want a Superman that just knows that he could do everything and get it all done. That makes it boring. Because I said before, why would you need the Justice League? Why? He can get it done. And that's the reasoning why I say that to Henry Cavill, and I agree with Henry Cavill, that the best way to tell Superman is to literally keep him grounded and build him up slowly. And that's what Zach was doing. But again, Henry was not privy to everything that Zach was doing. He wasn't. He really wasn't. Ben was. Ben saw the whole outline because he was in the editing room. He was in the writing rooms because he was with Chris Terrio. He brought Chris Terrio in with him because Chris Terrio helped him write Argo in The Town. And Chris Terrio is a phenomenal writer. So he brought him in and he saw the whole outline. So that's why Ben knew what the heck was going to happen. He knew. He understood. He understood better than anybody. Better than Henry. So again, it's one of those things that we need to. You really need to get a lot of the information. And again, I'm not disrespecting Dave Pena because he does have some insiders into the business. What I'm saying is that I agree with him, but I also disagree with him. And I'm getting closer to where I want to stop at. Now, like I said, Dave Pena, I like the dude. He reminds me of an old friend of mine. And there are parts that I agree with him. I completely agree with him. There's other parts I go, no, you're forgetting certain things because Jason Momoa has been the most outspoken person for the Snyder Cut. Now, if he was trying to, if his movie did not make $1 billion, he'd still be the same way. That's the thing about Jason. He would be the same exact way. If that movie barely made BvS money, I guarantee you he'd be still the same person. Even if he didn't get the role, he'd be like, nope, I'm glad that I got the role. I'm glad I was able to play Aquaman, but hey, I want to see that Snyder Cut. He'd still be the same exact person. So he's not playing any games. He's not trying to play that game. He's not. He's the same person. While the whole situation that WB was trying to play the negative aspect of try to say that there is no Snyder Cut, there's no possibility of Snyder Cut, none of this, who was still talking about it? It was still Jason Momoa. He says, no, I know there was a Snyder Cut out there and I want to see it too. F yeah, I want to see it too. If he was trying to play the game to get his movie, he wouldn't have said nothing. His publicist would be like, dude, what the hell are you doing? We don't have the movie yet. He goes, I don't care. I don't care. He doesn't care. So I want you fans to realize that. Go back. Go watch as much information out there about the Snyder Cut, about Jason Momoa, Gal Gadot. Now, you can tell, and I said this so many times, go back to the interviews for the Justice League. Look at Gal. Look at Henry. No, I'm sorry. Look at Gal and Ben. You can tell they're pissed. They're not happy. Jason and Ezra are the only ones that were very happy on the role. They were very happy. They're like, oh, dude, I'm playing Aquaman. Hey, I'm playing The Flash. They didn't care. They were having fun. Ray was being professional, and so was Henry. Those are the two playing professional. So you had two who were excited, two that were playing professional, and two who were not happy. The moment they talked about Zach, her demeanor and Ben's demeanor went boom, because they were not happy. They knew that something was going on. They knew something was going on. Ben definitely knew something was going on, and he was livid. But he tried to play professional. But when you got all of them together and they're talking and everything, you can see that the levity, you can see the excitement that this is the first time they're going to do this, and it feels fun, it feels exciting. You could tell. But there were times where you could tell Ben and Gal were not happy. They were not happy. And Jason was just being Jason. Jason is a fun-loving guy. And he'd be a guy that you can definitely have a beer with. It'd be very, very, you could have a great time for like 5 minutes. The man is that fun. But he's the same exact person. Gal is going to teeter that line. She's not going to mess around with her movies. She admitted if it wasn't for Zach giving her that role for Wonder Woman, she would have quit. She would quit acting. Because the Fast and the Furious franchise relegated her down to, you're just eye candy. Even though she said, I want to do these stunts. They said, hell no. They did not want the insurance. She said, I can do it. But they relegated her down to eye candy, and then they killed her character off. So she was like, what the heck was I there for? Just to be eye candy? No, I'm good. And she could never get her career going. So she said, okay, fine. So she was going to quit. She was going to quit. until she got that phone call from Zach, and Zach said, "Hey, come on in. I want to see you for something." She came in. She saw, and then the moment she read a few lines, Zach hired her right there on the spot. You were Wonder Woman. Oh, I'm sorry. No, no. She read a few lines, and then a few days later, as she was leaving, she was gonna talk about she didn't hit the role right. She was gonna quit. That's when she got the phone call that she's gonna play Wonder Woman. Zach hired her right there. Zach knew right off the bat this was the woman he wanted to play Wonder Woman. She exudes it. Grace, poise, beauty, everything. The whole package. So I mean, so Gal is not. She's very appreciative of Zach, but she's gonna play that line. And Zach is not stupid. He knows that. He knows these actors are gonna try to play this line. They gotta have their movies. They gotta put food on the table for their families. And you also believe that Jason Momoa has Dune coming out. He's not. Everybody goes, oh, he's not gonna try to mess with it. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care at all. So I really disagree with him on that Jason and they're waiting and no. Jason's movie was already set, and so was Gal's. They don't care. Gal's just being very, very professional. Jason just doesn't care. He doesn't care. Whatever opportunities he can to work that Snyder cut in, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. He doesn't care. He wants that cutout. He wants people to see it. He wants the world to see it and judge it. But it's people out there who don't want that out there because it's going to completely ruin anything that WB does. Because people are like, are you kidding me? Because if the ultimate cut of BvS 30 minutes made that much of a difference, imagine an hour and 45 would do for the Justice League. Imagine that. That is the reasoning why you have bloggers and these people out there who are saying, oh, there's no cut, because they don't want that cut out there. 30 minutes of BvS made a huge difference and it changed a lot of people's minds. People apologized to Zach for that. They said, oh, dude, I'm so sorry, man. That movie was way superior. We're so sorry about that. The Watchmen, the theatrical cut of Watchmen was good. When he did this, 3 different cuts of that movie, and his final cut, the ultimate cut his director's cut of Watchmen, everyone's like, dude, my God, that movie was way superior. Way superior. So I completely disagree with Jason, I mean, with how Dave is talking about Jason Momoa. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He knows that movie is superior. He watched it. The only reason why Henry Cavill does not know there's a cut because his original scenes were already shot, and all he knows is what he saw in the other Justice League. When he did the reshoots, he knew that was screwed up. He knew. He knew right when they had to wax his lip and everything else, because even he stated he was confused. I'm just confused why they called me back. I thought my stuff was done. I thought all my shots were done. Zach said my shots are all done. You can go off. I might call you back for the reshoots, but he doubted it because Zach knew what the heck he wanted to do with this version of Superman. He knew where he wanted him. So he filmed everybody's shots in retrospect to when they had to leave. So basically he was filming it in a certain way so everybody got all their shots done and then they can go off and go do what the heck they wanted. And all he was going to do is start piecing it all together, get the ADR and everything else done, the visual effects, and then work off the storyboards to fill in certain levels of gaps. So he had a plan, but he had to work with everybody else's schedules. He had to. Henry had to leave to go do Fallout. Gal had to leave to go take care of her babies. Ben had to leave to go do his other movies. Jason had to leave. He was the last one to leave. Ezra had to leave because he had to do Fantastic Beasts 2. Ray was the only one that had a free schedule. We all know this. This is all public consumption. It's out there. Go look for it. This is not a news station here. I'm not being the news. This is my opinion, giving it to you. You should be able to do the research and go find out. You can find out when everybody left. It's out there. Gal was pregnant throughout most of BvS. That's why she had limited scenes. She was pregnant throughout a chunk of Wonder Woman. That's why they had to cover her up a whole bunch of times, because she had a belly. She was getting morning sickness on BvS because she was pregnant. Hence why they had to get it done. No, I'm sorry. No. She was pregnant throughout most of Justice League. So they had to get her stuff done ASAP. Because remember, she was in the middle of doing Wonder Woman while she was doing Justice League. Because Justice League was getting filmed. It was getting filmed before she went off to go do Wonder Woman. Hence why she was getting morning sickness throughout most of Justice League. When she left, they finished all of her filming so she can leave, get herself prepared, and then she went off to go do Wonder Woman. She was covered most of the time in Wonder Woman. They had to film all of her scenes where she was not showing. And then the stuff that she was starting to show, guess what? They covered her up. So it wouldn't show that she had a belly. And then when they were done, she went off to go have her kid. She had her second child. It's out there. Just go look it up. I could be wrong about it, but then go look it up. But she was pregnant on Justice League. She was sick. They even said that, hey, I heard about your pregnancy on Justice League. Congratulations. The interview even said it. And she's like, oh, thank you. She had her baby during the filming of freaking Wonder Woman. They said that she had her child, she had her kid, and then came back in the middle of her her maternity to finish the rest of the filming. She's tough. She's a tough woman. So I disagree. So like I said, I'm gonna link Dave's video down there. Again, I'm not disrespecting Dave Pena. He has way more connections into the business than I do. This is just my opinion. I agree with him on a good amount of it. I do. I agree with him on a good amount of it, especially what Henry Cavill is doing, and also with Gal. But I disagree with Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa is gonna be Jason Momoa. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He believes in family and friends. And Zack Snyder gave him a second chance. He was going to literally figure out a way. He could not figure out a way to put food on his table for his family. He was stressing himself out. He had 2 TV shows out. Nobody was watching it. He had a couple of independent films that did not make anything. He's getting paid, but he was not figuring out a way to put food on his table for his family. Then Zack Snyder came along, said, hey, you're the guy I want to play as Arthur Curry. Really? Is he supposed to be like a blonde dude with blue eyes? He's like, don't worry about that. I want you. He said, okay. Came in. He did the role. That man showed Zack his family farm. He said, this is all yours. This is all dedicated to you. I'm able to put food on my family's table. I'm able to put clothes on my kids' backs. He sees Zack as a brother, as family. You really think he's going to turn his back on his family? No, not for business. No, that's not Jason. He believes in that way more. And if you look at how he stated the line, in this business, there's times we have to kind of hold back. But he literally said that he knows he had to play that line, but he's tired of it. F it. I want to see that cut. F yeah. I want to see that cut. He wants to see it. He said, I'm done. He's done playing the corporate game. Jason Momoa is the main reason why W went, oh my God, we're so screwed. They can't touch him. They can't touch him. He is the $1 billion boy. They can't touch him at all. That means they have to recast. He's one of the main reasons why people went to go see the damn movie in the first place. He is the main reason why people went to go see the movie in the first place. He was awesome as Aquaman. He has that firm in the middle. He's the fun-loving surfer guy, that's what Arthur is supposed to be. He's supposed to be a surfer guy. And then he's that stoic, ruthless hero that a lot of people can attribute to. They don't want a slapstick, almost like a Star-Lord Chris Pratt version of Aquaman. No, not all the time. They want a person that can get his hands dirty. And that's what made his Aquaman cool and fun and different. I love Alan Richardson's version of Aquaman because that's Aquaman. The Aquaman we had in Smallville, that's Aquaman. That's Aquaman. Vicious. Complete eco-terrorist, basically. He's an eco-terrorist. He believes in aquamarine life. They are sentient. That's close. That's the closest we got to movie level Aquaman is Alan Richardson, who's now playing Hawk. He said he would love to play that role again. He thought that was fun. But we got Jason Momoa. The dude is dope. And I have a huge feeling that if Jason Momoa and Alan Richardson met, dude, they'll be shaking each other's hand and having beers. These are two Aquaman. So, again, like I said, Jason Momoa is that guy. And I don't think he's going to care. He doesn't care. He has now movies underneath his belt. People are now looking at his stuff. He's now becoming a little bit more mainstream than he was when he was on Stargate. He was on Stargate Atlantis. And also on Baywatch when he was hella young. No one was watching him at that time. A lot of people remember him from Stargate Atlantis. Then they remember him as Khal Drago. Now they know him as Aquaman. So I agree with David, but I also completely disagree. I disagree with him, but he still has a really good, firm, keen insight into the business. We have to see what happens. Just don't stop fighting for that cut. Don't stop fighting for the cut. Keep putting the pressure on WB, but go see the movies. They got to make a profit. If they don't make a profit, we're not going to see that movie. We're not going to see the cut. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now WB is making it. Now somebody is making this huge thing saying that they're not going to put it on the HBO Max. Who says? Did WB say that? Are we getting an official from WB? No, we're just getting somebody. We're getting hearsay. And hearsay is no true physical evidence. So we don't know anything. Keep fighting for the cut. Keep fighting. Because it's the only way we're going to get that cut out. If the people stop fighting for that Donner cut, we never would have got the Donner cut, even 20 years down the road later on. For the anniversary edition. Keep fighting for Zack Snyder's cut. He's not giving up. Zack is not giving up. If Zack gave up, then push in the towel. But he sees that it's making a difference. It's making waves at WB. It's making huge waves at WB. Because Ann Sarnoff, Walter Hamada, and a lot of people at the WB, the higher ups at WB, they know that the previous management screwed up. They know that they screwed up, and there was a lot of money left on the table for this. But they gotta prove to AT&T and their stockholders they can make money off of this. They gotta make money off of these other movies. So you're willing to just, toss Todd Phillips's Joker to the side, or toss Kathy Yan's version of Birds of Prey out to the side, or any one of these directors that are putting their heart, sweat, and tears into these characters, toss them to the side just because of one movie? No, that's not what you're supposed to do. Go see the movies. Judge the movies for what they're trying to tell you. If you believe that Birds of Prey, Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, feels like one pander fest for women and not for everybody, not for people that love this character, man, woman, and child, then voice it. Say, hey, you pandered. I don't like this. This is garbage. But let's do a decent conversation about it. And you have people out there that don't believe that the cut exists. And if it does exist, it's not going to make a difference. Really? That's your opinion. No, that's not my opinion. That's the opinion of everybody else. You have no facts. You have no facts to back that level of opinion. I have an opinion that based on facts. People changed their minds on freaking BvS, the Ultimate Cut. People changed their complete minds on it. You had tons of people that went, whoa, it's a much superior cut. There's tons. People apologized to Zack Snyder. The people that basically said, "Oh, this movie's garbage. This is that. This is that." They went, "Holy crap! No, this movie was way better." You had the late, um, oh my god, I forgot his name. The guy who was on Collider, who passed away. The guy made movies. The guy made content, so he understood movies. He said he didn't like the BvS theatrical cut. He thought it felt jarring. Where was Superman's story? Where was this? What he said? It's out there. He stated that when he saw the ultimate cut, it completely changed his mind. It's a way superior cut of the movie, and it flowed so much that extra 30 minutes did not feel like an extra 30 minutes. It felt like 2.5 hours. I even stated that. I said, no, that movie felt like it was 2.5 hours. It flowed that fast. By the time you get to Batman doing his investigational work, you already had Batman about to take down freaking the criminals when they grabbed up the kryptonite. And then you cycle back and then already catch the fact that Lex has the kryptonite. And then boom, you're now at the Senate building. And then boom, you're now at the battle between Batman and Superman. You're like, Jesus Christ, dude, this movie flowed so fast. It did not feel like 3 hours, but it was 3 hours long. And that tells you something. The story was captivating. The story drew you in. It's not going to be for everybody, and that's perfectly fine. Movies are subjective. Movies are subjective. It is art. It is moving art. So again, I don't want to make this long, but it's turned into a tirade. Again, I believe in what Dave Pena is saying, but I disagree with him about Jason Momoa. I do think that Henry Cavill is playing that line. I do think that he wants that Man of Steel 2, but I think that WB is really trying to push the envelope and figure out what they're going to do with Superman. Are they going to go back to just a good old Christopher Reeve version of Superman and just play it safe, or are they going to try to experiment and give us and just say, hey, you know what? Double down, give Henry Cavill his Man of Steel 2. Let him become a producer. That's what I would do. Let him become a producer. Let him have some creative control on the show, on the movie. If he picks the right director, we'll see what the director pitches, but it has to be the right director that gives us a really great story, and then film it and let's put it out there for public consumption. But right now they're just wondering what they're going to do. Are they going to play it safe, or are they going to experiment? And people are saying they should just play it safe. No, that's not the best way to do it, because playing it safe might actually not make them a lot of money. Sorry. I mean, you're hedging your bets that everybody's going to go watch the Christopher versus Superman. You can't. Everybody's biggest defense when it comes to this is that, oh yeah, you complain, but you're going to go see the movie anyway. Really? Are you 100% sure about that? You're not. You're just being a keyboard warrior. Not everybody's going to go see the movie. If they see the movie and it's crap, they're not going to go see it. They're not going to pay their money. They'll pirate the movie before they're going to go see it. They'll pirate the movie before they go see it. And that doesn't mean that now, yeah, they would go see it, but they didn't put money to it. So who's the loser? You are, because you basically put a stupidity on your opinion. And told people that, oh, you're gonna go see it anyway because it's Batman or Superman or it's a comic book movie. Who says? I could pirate the movie, not me physically, but the person that's saying it. Hey, I can pirate the movie. Who cares? So who's the loser? Not me, not just you, because you're willing to put your money and go see a piece of turd. That's fine. Me? Nope. So, like, comment, share, subscribe down below. Hit that bell. This is one of my I'm gonna try to get as many videos as I can out there. I will be talking to Hawk probably in about another few minutes. I'm gonna send a text to him and tell him that, hey, we got to get together and do this video. I want to do a podcast, a long one, about the story of Superman is irrelevant, and also about Batman and what Robert Pattinson said. I also want to link in with what Henry Cavill stated, and I want him to hear it too. I want him to hear it, and I'll try to link everything in. So, but again, this is more of a little budget thing. We're not trying to be big, grandiose, because that means we have to get more. I have to get a faster internet. I have to get a stronger computer. I have to do this. I have to do that. So to me, I don't want to put a lot of money into this because that turns into a job, and I already got a 40-hour a week job. So it's like, why am I doing, why am I having two jobs? I want to be able to have fun with this and keep it and just upgrade certain things here and there, like a better camera. Possibly if I get better internet, I want to get a better internet, but I have to use the internet I have. It is fast, but it is what it is. And also, some work with the equipment a little bit better. Probably sit down with the equipment on a when I go on a vacation. When I finally get a pay when I use my vacation time, I want to be able to sit down on this program and really poke around on this program to see if I can make certain little things. So if we could do that, then that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, but hey, um, watch the video. I believe that you guys will get a good level of information out of it, but also you got to realize, go do your own research. Go do your own research. There's enough information to give you on what was going on with Zack Snyder and the cut. There is a cut, okay? It doesn't have to be 100%. We're just saying that there is a cut out there, and it's a movie that needs to be in the middle of editing processing. We all know this. We're not stupid people, but they want everyone else to think that we're stupid and that they want to perpetuate this level of narrative. So whatever you want to believe in, hey, that's what you want to believe in. But I'm saying is, fight for the cut. It will come out. Henry Cavill will get his movie if these other movies are making more money. They want to do a Supergirl. Don't do it. They want to do this. Don't do it. They're throwing these ideas out there, and so is the media, to get the rile of people to get more angry. So guess what? They have more ammunition to write against toxic fans because they don't want diversity in their comic book movies. It's not about diversity. It's throwing out stupid ideas that makes no sense in the grander scope of things. So that's how I believe in it. Take it out wherever you want. So you guys have a great one, and I probably try to see if I can get another video out maybe tomorrow, if I hear something else. And I have not heard very much about the Snyder Cut. I have not, and please, please, please keep everything down to a minimum. I'm only gonna do unless there is something very big going on. And right now it's still whispers, and we're getting closer and closer. But the thing is, keep going to these movies. If you want to see the movie, great. If you don't want to see the movie, that's great too. I'm not forcing anybody to go see something they don't want to go see. But what I'm saying is, you have to support these movies if you want this cut. You have to support the movies and show that, hey, I want to go watch these movies, but I want this cut. I want this cut. I'm sorry. I mean, but don't be one of those keyboard warriors that's gonna keep yelling and ranting and raving and jumping on down people's throats and these actors' throats and everything else. Don't perpetuate the hate. What you want to perpetuate is the knowledge. So you guys have a great one and have a good day. Bye.